Well, as National Economic Development and Labour Council prepares for its 28th annual summit today, stakeholders say they hope to strengthen collaborations and communication among the various social partners. The summit is expected to provide an opportunity for social partners from the organised business community, community members and government, as well as organised labour to receive and consider a report on the activities of the institution. The role of Nedlac is to impact on policy and legislation to ensure social partners can comment on important socio-economic policies and bills. For more on this, we are now joined by KATLEGO LEGODI, who's joining us live from Gallagher Estate. KATLEGO, good morning. Thank you so much for making time for us. What do we expect to be at the top of the agenda as the Nedlac Summit takes underway?
A very good morning to you, Eldrin, and to our viewers at home. Well, those delegates and guests have started arriving. We're expecting about 200 of them to form part of this program here today, this being the annual Nedlac Summit taking place at the Gallagher Convention Center. Really, at the top of what is expected here is to take stock on the year that was when Nedlac's work is concerned. Here, we'll see social partners from government, we'll see social partners and also from civil society, organized labor and those in the business community just coming together to take stock on those well-needed socio-economic policies that Nedlac just envisions, and they come through to discuss them in mitigating against the socio-economic challenges that exist here on the ground. We know very well that South Africa, as we speak right now, is battling high levels of unemployment. We're also talking about the sluggish economic growth here at home, and a lot of people just looking to this institution and Nedlac to come through with mitigating policies that will ensure that they become law and everybody get the best out of what is happening here in South Africa. Social partners are just meeting here at a time when South Africa is really facing crossroads with an economy that has not been able to just move the situation and the challenges that are experienced by workers, by community members, and some of the business people that have been hard done by, for instance, issues of load shedding that will see them just getting underway today. We've had voices of labor in the lead up to this summit here today, and we thought that this morning we shall bring in the civil society, and here with me is a convener of the civil society here at Nedlac, Mr. Thulani Tshefuta, who will just let us in on really what to expect here. We know very well that civil society, a whole lot of people feel hard done with an economy that has not moved over time. A whole lot of them just looking to Nedlac to mitigate here and come through with those policies that would ensure that at least their lives are changed for the better. Welcome to the SABC, sir. What can we expect, really, where the civil society is concerned, where the summit also is concerned? Welcome.
Good morning and thank you very much. My name is Thulani Tshefuta, the leader of the civil society component at Nedlac. By design, the annual summit of Nedlac is what is popularly known as an AGM. So the first thing we expect out of this is that the management of Nedlac must give an account of the performance of the institution for the year that we are reporting on, which is 2022-2023. Secondly, accompanying that account must be a detail of what are the issues that Nedlac has been seized with. Beyond that, our biggest interest, firstly, is to make a bold claim that the people in South Africa still cannot relate to the economy. They have a distant relationship with the economy. Everything and anything that we do must seek to reclaim the space and position the people at the center of the economy. That is the first thing that we expect. Secondly, there are constraints that we believe, if addressed, they can be enablers of investments, growth, and employment. And those relate to issues that you already highlighted, like energy, the energy crisis that we have, skills development, access to water, transport, and logistics. Beyond that, we believe that Nedlac must be seized as one of the biggest issues in its agenda with poverty. Poverty is real, poverty is big, and everything that we do must find expression in the lives of the people on a daily basis. They must be able to say that which Nedlac is seized with, we can see it happening in our daily lives. And lastly, of all the biggest challenges, we want to call on all social partners to combine their efforts and heads and come up with meaningful and long-lasting solutions in addressing the challenge of youth unemployment. And when we do that, we must shake off the exclusionary, elitist nature of Nedlac and open space, because we believe that many other sectors of civil society out there have the solutions that can provide answer to the questions that you assist with.
And also, Thulani, a call for a recommitment from social partners to ensure that what is discussed here doesn't just fall on the cracks, and we see people not getting the best out of this organization. We know very well that there have been a lot of people like civil society organizations that feel hard done. They feel that, we're not seeing a move. You've mentioned the distance between the economy and people on the ground and poverty. Really, what needs to be done, or what can be done at this particular gathering here today to ensure that there is a commitment from all of these partners to ensure that at least they keep to their end of the bargain through this particular discussions here?
The primary role of Nedlac is social dialogue. The resultant outcome of social dialogue is social compacting. Maybe that is a process as well, but then the social compact becomes that resultant outcome. In the process of dialogue and compacting, the wiring of the social partners must change from coming to make demands. Yes, social partners must come and make demands that we believe that this is what we must do, this is what others must do, but important in that equation must be for each and every social partner to say, we raise a hand to be part of the solution in all that we're calling for. This is what we are going to do as our contribution, as part of the solution in the challenges that we assist with. And in that way, we will then be able to make sure that we move from what we previously characterized as civil society, a situation where we may even start to begin that we are bewitched. It is common in Nedlac that we will agree on 90 issues and disagree on 10 issues. We will leave the 90 issues we agree on and be at each other's throat about the 10 issues we do not agree on. And we believe that the success of the outcomes of the work of Nedlac should not just be the beautiful policy and the legislation that comes out of it, but the successful implementation of those policy intentions, finding expression on the daily lives of the people, is what must seize us. And in the summit today, we will be making a bold claim and a challenge that our constitution is challenging us for the progressive realization of socio-economic rights. And we believe that that is what must seize us as social partners, that today must be defined as better than yesterday in the South African society, and tomorrow must be guaranteed that it must be a better day. And with a lot of uncertainties that we're experiencing, we can no longer make that claim.
Just before I let you go as well, Thulani, maybe let's talk about just what people are calling for on the ground. Let's say those that maybe feel that they're not, closer to what Nedlac is discussing every year at the Gallagher Convention Center. What assurance can we give them that going forward we'll see some sort of a change in their lives where these policies then will find meaning?
We are amongst the first ones to call for the shaking off of this exclusionary elitist nature of Nedlac. The issues that we discuss must not only be issues that are inspired by textbooks. They must be inspired by the realities of how people are living and leading their lives. Beyond that, on our part as the community constituency, every year we undertake a round of consultations in all 9 provinces, where we meet with our constituency and say, these are the issues that are in the agenda of Nedlac. What is the mandate that you are giving us to go and argue in the chambers of Nedlac? And so as we will be doing that round of consultations again now from September 2023, we will be accounting on what we did in the previous year as from emanating from their mandate and saying these are the other issues that are on the agenda. And so what are you instructing us to go and say in those chambers of Nedlac?
Thulani, thank you very much, sir, for your time this morning. He's coming through as the convener for civil society here at the Nedlac Summit, the 28th annual Nedlac Summit that gets underway in a moment. We'll see Deputy President Paul Mashatile deliver that keynote address. We are expecting about 200 of those, role players here, social partners, to just come through here and discuss some of those issues that Thulani was talking about here in terms of the gaps that exist within this particular institution. But then here we're seeing social partners saying that it can't be business as usual. Going forward, those policies will need to find meaning so they mitigate against the dire socio-economic challenges that our people find themselves in on a daily. Aldrin, it's back to you in studio.
Thank you so much, KATLEGO LEGODI there.